have a couple of like very, very fond moments of Aaliyah. Oh, actually, more than that. But the first one I'd say was after my part was up and I was leaving, and I was not gonna chill. She was in hair and makeup trailer, and I was not gonna tell I was leaving. And she gave me a hug. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, okay. And so when we did the song, everybody wanted to be like, yo, this is Aaliyah. I'm like, yes, let's get it.
You're just trying to warm a friend up, but it was a little bit too cozy. We had this connection that was just like insane. Like he would feel my energy. And I mean, I had that dog and I really wanted to just let it go, to be honest with you.
And I just feel the stare coming from wifey over there. Like I just glimpsed it at this and you know what, I'll deal with that later. And come on, girl. And
in my head, I'm like, no, this ain't sitting here on set like he ain't got a damn wife. And when I tell you, I just stood there and I was just looking, and next thing you know, I see him look over at me. And he looked over at me with this look, he always gave me this look like, and I was just like, and he just turned back around. I said, I felt like ripping up the whole set that day.
Wait a minute and hold on. Did DMX and Baby Girl actually have that kind of relationship? Well, we've heard about Aaliyah's relationships with Dame Dash, Jay-Z, and R. Kelly. However, you don't often hear the moniker DMX. However, Tashira Simmons, DMX's ex-wife, claims that Aaliyah was a constant in their relationship. DMX never let his wife or the public forget how much he loved Aaliyah. He often reminded his wife that she would always come in second to Aaliyah. And after the singer passed away, he even named his daughter Aaliyah.
This is my own special tribute to Aaliyah. Okay? This is Aaliyah. You know, so Aaliyah, rest in peace. You know, but know that you live on, you know, in our hearts, you know, in our minds, through your music.
Whoa. What then about Aaliyah did DMX find so appealing? Thus, Aaliyah and DMX first connected on the set of Romeo Must Die, where DMX played Silk and Aaliyah starred. While working on the song Come Back in One Piece, which featured on the Romeo Must Die soundtrack, Aaliyah and DMX had time to chat and get to know one another, even though it was their first time meeting. When they first met, DMX was already wed to his childhood sweetheart, Tashira Simmons. However, he continued to rave about Aaliyah whenever he had the chance. The problem is that Aaliyah always seems to affect guys in that way. When she first encounters them, they begin to trip and fall and are unable to get back up after her. They eventually become quite protective of her or even want to date her, and DMX was no exception, despite being a gangster. His voice would become softer whenever he mentioned her. DMX has nothing but positive things to say about Aaliyah. She was an angel on earth, according to him. Additionally, he described how he rented a Rolls-Royce so that he, Aaliyah, and her brother could attend an award ceremony.
Aaliyah, man.
She was a beautiful person, man.
Yeah,
beautiful
angel,
person,
right? Everybody
down to
said
earth. Made me feel really comfortable. Like I said, I had that same hesitation, you know what I'm saying, when I met up with her and did the movie. You know what I'm saying? That was my next movie. I was like, a little nervous, made me comfortable, you know what I'm saying? We laughed a little bit, like, okay. All right. Kept in touch a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And when the awards came up, I already had something crazy. You know, like I was getting like a Benz or a Ferrari or something, you know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I gotta go get the Rolls Royce for this situation. We going together? Okay. All right. Gotta pull that Rolls out. Make everybody mad. That was the point. That was perfect. Like, I'm gonna do 3 miles an hour out the parking lot on the street, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody see this situation, because it's like that.
DMX had only ever attended an award ceremony with his wife before that. DMX was demonstrating his admiration for the R&B princess by choosing Aaliyah over Tashira. This is the question that keeps coming up. Did anything ever happen between DMX and Aaliyah, given how candid he was about his feelings for her? DMX merely stated that he respected Aaliyah and shared a strong spiritual bond with her, but he never provided any confirmation. You would also know Aaliyah wasn't one to discuss her personal life if you followed her. Therefore, she ignored any issues that may have arisen between her and DMX. However, Tashira, a young girl, had a lot to say.
An angel. You know, she was beautiful on the outside as well as the inside. You know, very talented, but like I said, very, very humble. You know what I'm saying? Just a beautiful, genuine person, man.
If you could get her back to say one last thing to her, what would you have said to her?
I have to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunities, you know, and thank you for the music, you know, and thank you for just being you.
She acknowledged that she found it difficult to observe Aaliyah and DMX's bond and passion for one another. And she acknowledged that this had an impact on her marriage to the rapper and was a contributing factor in their eventual divorce. On the day that the music video for Come Back in One Piece was being filmed, Tashira was actually present. As they were getting ready to film another scene, she noticed Aaliyah sitting with DMX and him massaging her arms. Hearing your spouse making out with another woman was one thing, after all. However, it hurts in a different way to witness them being so at ease with one another while they were both aware of your presence.
I was a wife to him, though. I was everything to him, but I don't know if I really got a chance to have a real husband. Now that I look back, I'm like, damn, I didn't have a husband, no. You know, I had a boy.
Tashira was jealous and wanted to confront Aaliyah, but she restrained herself because she knew that if she had acted out, people would likely find a way to accuse her of misinterpreting a straightforward friendship. Tashira believed that DMX respected Aaliyah enough to keep their relationship limited to friendship, even though she was aware of the intense feelings between Aaliyah and DMX. But when she discovered that DMX had an affair with Aaliyah, all of it vanished. According to Tashira's account, learning about the affair devastated her. Although she had previously seen DMX with other women, Aaliyah was particularly hurt since she didn't anticipate it. "That one broke something in me," she remarked. "I had already put a lot of trust in him, not because of who she was, and this was yet another unimaginable betrayal." It served as a reminder that notoriety does not shield you from heartache. It makes it louder. While you were attempting to make sense of everything in secret, it played out in public. Tashira added that the affair was one of the times she felt destroyed before filing for divorce.
He had the money and no one can control it. And then no one's holding him accountable but me. It just got crazy and it was uncontainable.
Tashira is now revealing what actually transpired between Aaliyah and DMX and how it impacted their union. Her handling of the circumstance and her decision to be a bigger person when she had no cause to be are being praised by the public. Tashira is a criminal. I'm glad she held her own and focused on X rather than Aaliyah, even if I'm shocked she didn't shut down the entire song video. Aaliyah seems to have a talent for making everyone feel valued. Rough Rider was not immune. His wife would undoubtedly be envious, but some chemistry is simply magical right away. Have any of you heard about the ongoing crisis involving Aaliyah and DMX? If so, please let me know in the comments section. And remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll see you in the upcoming video.